I had a common bath, which in terms of routine terminology, I was not born into a royal family, and I had a common upbringing. To use the kids who were born in the village, they grew up barefoot, without any clothes, and I grew up like every other child, going to school, suffering, going to school, without food and so on. And suits found me when I was going to the university. And phone found me when I was already working. It was a struggle, getting a place to sleep and getting to school to begin with, and being attentive in class. At times, hunger is striking when you are supposed to listen to class. Hunger was one of my companions in my life. But at that time, I just wanted to finish school, grow up and be a teacher, like the way all the people in the village were going to be. My elder brother decided to work in a clinic as a dresser, to be dressing wounds and dispensing medicine to the patients. And I wanted to be like him. I also wanted to be like my mother, because my mother was a dentist. I was very good in mathematics, by the way. I was very good in mathematics. I had some friends who were working in the bank, and I wanted to be a banker, because they used to be almost in uniform, black trouser, a white shirt. So they were nice guys. Do you know, for the record, in 1978, when I was doing my PhD, I went to Boston Marathon, because I was being pushed by my friends in the laboratory where we were working together. So I attended Boston Marathon in 1978, and I finished. I managed to finish. I was number 42. That was 1978. Some friends of mine whom we were working with were thinking that I should be the right person to go, because I was in the state of Pennsylvania. I was the state champion in terms of long distance running, by virtue of being a Kenyan, and also being in Kenya by virtue of my coming from Rift Valley. My determination to continue in area of research. It's like way back when I had not even joined the University of Nairobi as a student of the university. But that one has continued for a long time. And I do believe that research is a process for answering questions, problems, everyday problems. We began a long-term career, which has now taken more than 55 years of my life. The dream of chemistry came in because when I was working out of the country at that time, I was involved in solving the problem of health, with your actual common diseases, especially in tropical countries. So we found an opportunity whereby I had a grant from the World Health Organization at that time. I think it was around $15,000. Having an idea that it was necessary for us as a young Kenyans to participate in create solutions to problems that were bedeviling in this country. So the idea of creation of a research institute came actually into focus at that time. I was more concerned about trying to do what my friends, wherever I was, when I was out of the country at that time, before I came to Kenya. Because basically I came to this country in 1978, when I was already doing my doctoral work. And I just left Harvard University Medical School in Boston, USA, to come and continue my research in this country. And the kind of that were just simple ones, such as malaria, bilharzia, and the common ones, even tuberculosis and leprosy. Those experiences and the observation which I saw were actually very critical, because I realized if we found ways of getting facility to address those issues, it will assist us now to find out solutions to those problems. And that was my concern, that was my vision at that time. And I felt it was necessary. That is why the creation of Kenya Medical Science was part of what Parliament did in 1979. Parliament passed a bill in Parliament that led to the creation of medical research institutions in this country. So the government passed a Science and Technology Act of 1979, which was Cap 256 of the laws of Kenya, which became a bill and it became an act on Wednesday, 20th of May 1979. And that's how Kenya was born. So the real reason why research institute in this kind of work was because of my own personal effort. Kenya, the way it started receiving funding. Fortunately, we have friends who understand us, especially funding agencies, both in very international organizations who have been assisting us. Because I was in Kenya officially for 21 years and 8 months as a CEO. I served, for example, under Kenyatta regime. From there, I served under the Moi administration, in Kibaki administration for about 4 years. Then I left the institute at that time. Being at the helm of the institute for a period of 21 years and 8 months, the longest serving CEO of a state corporation in the history of the Republic. I rank among the top 10 internationally of the people who have published so much in terms of publications. And even the nature of that and the content of the publication is worthy of mention. And we receive recently, I receive quite often some accolades from various international organizations who keep on monitoring various publications that come out. And these publications, they normally say, okay, you are ranked number 13. I receive all, including today, I received one. I see my public was cited 150 times by 150 times this week alone. They communicate that to me, and I'm happy. My best highlight was the period when we were developing treatment for HIV, such as HIV and other viral infections. Like you may remember the story of Cameroon at that time. The biggest highlights are yet to come. The highlights of my own career before I retire is yet to come, probably in the course of this year. It took us 4 years for the first breakthrough. It's now going to a further 31 years for the real major and the final breakthrough. As a young man, at the age of 40, now at the age of 70, as a senior citizen, I'm giving you the correct information. In my career as a CEO, I have made my own errors. I have not been a perfect CEO. Neither have I been a perfect father, a perfect child. And I'm happy. And I'm happy even to pay the price. Not to be the very nice guy. I have met my own challenges, and I've stayed with them, and I've come around with them. So, some of the things I stay in my own career, put my permanent stay in. There are some people who are dying with government secrets. My spirit is one. I'm also what I purpose my life to do in this world. And whatever I'm doing, there's an end to it. We must make sure that we die with the truth.